to discuss on Spring Boot exception handling. These operations or some business logic, and there may be a chances of getting exceptions. Suppose the general way, I'm calling one service and it is not available, and I will get an error, and I have to render the same error to the customer, or I have to do something else. Correct, right? And to do the basic exception handling, Spring Boot already it is supporting the exception handling in very good way by default. Okay, and you have to customize those exception handling, and you have to maintain global exception handling. You can achieve any easy way. I can explain you very detailed with an example. Okay, before going to an example, I can give a brief introduction about the exception handling. See, I have one Spring Boot application. I'm going to build it, and I have some certain endpoints, endpoint 1 and endpoint 2. When I'm requesting it and I performed some operation, I got on a response, and during the business logic, okay, I got an exception. Okay, when I got an exception, and I have to render proper or good message to the customer to easily readable, understandable. Correct, right? I should not throw any 500 errors or something else and with big stack trace. Correct, right? To do that one, we can achieve in a good in a simple way. This is just for an introduction. I have given an example. Okay, I'm going to now give an example now. See, you want to use an exception handling, and you have to follow certain rules. Okay, you can customize your exception handling just to make sure that okay, the customization also covering in the same example. I have written one custom error class. Just it is a simple class. It is not there is no specific. It is belongs to something else. So I need not to extend anything. Just I am specifying error status code and error response and error request URI. Okay, good. And second thing, and I have to maintain on REST controller advice. Okay, what this REST controller advice to? Okay, this is a global exception handling over here. Any exception catches. Okay, and when you specify any exception, suppose you throw in a resource not found exception from the any service layer or any business layer. Okay, and when it will be caught over here in this REST controller advice, and if it is presented and if it is represented over here, this here you can customize the response and you can send the response over here. Okay, and vice versa. I, it's the same when method argument not valid. Okay, exception comes. Okay, it will be caught by the REST controller advice and it will throw in a proper error message. Yeah, and you can also define your own custom defined exception class runtime exception classes, and no records found, and another class called resource not found runtime exception. Okay, and I can show you how do we control these exceptions and the service layer. For example, you got an error during the database persistence operation. Yeah, I'm getting in see I'm getting the value and get dictionary by ID, and when I go to if the value is present, then only I'm running the value. If it is value is not present, I'm throwing the custom defined exception stating no records found exception given by the diary. Correct, right? Okay, here I can give some space to make sure that the given diary is not present, then it will be thrown in. This is a custom message exception. Okay, here don't feel like okay, exception handling is a very big stuff. It's a very simple when you do the certain three operations. I can explain you one briefing session. Okay, just I will before going to do this mm, yeah, just I specified this custom defined exception. Okay, I will also do the one simple run. Okay, just I am specifying this. Okay, right now I have not created any records in the database. I'm going to fetch the value from the database. What is going to happen? Okay, just I will start the once again because I did some space changes because it should be reflected over there. Okay, I'm starting the application. In the meantime, I will prepare for the endpoint. This is the endpoint I'm going to use it. Yeah. If you can also refer this the endpoint in the controller, and in this controller just I am getting the value from the database. I'm trying to render it to the customer or as a JSON message. Okay. In the meantime, let application bring up. I am waiting for the application to the bring up. Okay, it's taking some time to bring up. Okay, it's running now. Okay, yeah, it's brought up. Now there is no records in a database because I am using H2 database as a database, and whenever I am doing any restart, I am recreating every table structure. Okay, here my point is how to understand the exception handling is a concept. There are other couple of I'm not going to explain what is controller and all the stuff and what is the DO layer. Okay, we talk about that in persistence layer discussion. Okay, now everything is ready and now application is up and running. If I go and fetch certain record, I already specified when there are no records found or empty data found from the database, I should render the message stating that given given data is not found. Okay, and just I'm specifying record 1000. Okay, just I'm sending. Okay, if it is present, it has to give the value. If it is not present, it throw the proper error message to the me. Yeah, the given diary class 100 is not found. The path value is so and so. You have given specified path, and this is the message I got from the